good to be back. It's always good to be back. Won't you, expendable? That was back when I was the Governor. Now I'm back as the Terminator. Go see Terminator Genesis if you want to live. I see you in Avengers Age of Ultron. No, I only signed one contract deal. That means no sequel for you. I don't want sequel. I want my bird. You want your bird or a Hot Toys Diecast Whiplash Mark II figure? Then get it from SideshowCollectibles.com. Link is in the description.
Hey kids, it's time for your
What's up, big kids? Here's your big review of the Iron Man 2 Hot Toys Whiplash Mark II Movie Masterpiece 1/6 scale diecast figure. I want to thank Sideshow Collectibles for sending out this to review for you guys. You can buy this at their website. Link is in the description. Here we got the packaging. It has the Marvel Iron Man 2 logo on the top right there. You can see a really cool picture of Whiplash in his Mark II costume. On the bottom right there it says MMS 237D06, the 6th diecast figure Whiplash Mark II 1/6 scale collectible figure Movie Masterpiece series diecast. One side of the packaging has that cool electric whip action. It says Whiplash Mark II on the side right there. While the other side of the packaging also shows that same picture from the front with Whiplash Mark II. Top of the packaging says Whiplash Mark II. On the back here you have all the credits of all the people that made this amazing figure. And on the bottom right here you get a big old warning label. Warning, you don't want to choke on your Whiplash. It's not the same as eating whipped cream, kids. And just like other diecast figures in the series, you open up the top real quick. Then you remove it from the bottom section. And there you got a big foam box that says Whiplash Mark II. It's fully foam on the side except for the back that keeps the base and everything. And then when you remove the insert, you can see the figure and all its accessories. It's time for me to whip this figure out of the packaging. I am so happy that Hot Toys finally made this figure. I've been wanting this figure for so long. Head sculpt just came out amazing. The sculpting is just freaking amazing on here. Absolutely love all the weathering effect. Love all the paint apps. It looks so freaking cool all the way around. I always like the design of this. We didn't see enough of this in the movie, I felt like, and it's great to have a full-fledged figure of this. It has a good amount of die casts all around. It's hard to pinpoint what's die cast and what's plastic. That's how good it is unless you actually feel it. But when you actually feel certain parts, like definitely in the arms, it's like, yep, this is die cast. Sculpting with the whips, it has this rubbery plastic which is clear and translucent. I really like that a lot. And the spinal area is just freaking amazing. Oh my god, it has so many pivots in there. So freaking cool. This is where the light up features are. I'll show that in a bit. See in the back of the arm. This figure is quite heavy. You definitely can tell it's a die cast figure when you're holding it. I really love the detail on the arms. And yeah, the whips are this nice rubbery plastic attaches to this part. They're separate pieces. I have the light up feature and he has the articulated fingers. It's just so cool. And yeah, his little like tunic skirt area is all articulated and so many different pivots. I just think this is so freaking cool. I just love the weathering effects and oh man, and the pivots in his knees are so awesome. I'm such a sucker for this. And he has even anchors, which I'll get to in the articulation section, but definitely a lot of die casts in the legs. Whiplash has a bunch of different lineup features. He comes with a total of 15 watch batteries, which are a pain to install. You do get a little screwdriver on there, but man, I miss the days when Hot Toys did it for itself, but collectors complain. So the first one in the head, what's cool about the head, it's a magnet right here. And this is actually pretty easy to get to, so you just turn it on. Very nice and bright white eyes. I really like it a lot. The back has two different lineup features. Now the left side is for the neck and back, and the right is for the chest. So you have to actually remove these flaps right here that are hidden, so they come out like that. So once you remove the little flaps, you just switch them on. You can see the back lights look pretty nice and lit up. And there's the neck lights that look really cool. The arc reactor is really nice and bright. It looks really awesome. And then on the side of each arm is the light up feature for the whips that you just switch on. There he is with all his lights on. Definitely seeing low light settings how bright each light is, especially the arc reactor. Now the only thing is it's a little sad that the whip lights aren't really that lit up. I wish they also lit up right here in the back of the arm. It'd been cool to somehow make these whips light up, but the back looks pretty cool. Now for articulation, Whiplash's head can look up only that much. It can look down a little bit. It can move left, right, but this big collar kind of hinders it. It has a little bit of head pivot. Now the arms can actually fully rotate, which is really awesome since they're separate pieces. They can go in and out that much. This little part goes up here a bit, and shoulder like is on this little spring, but you can actually pull this out slightly and then it can go in and out that way. Move at the bicep, but because of this part right here, you want to be very careful. Now the elbows can actually bend in the 90 degrees with nice clicky joints, so just be kind of careful with them, obviously. The wrists can fully rotate, they go in and out. The fingers have individual joints, like the thumb has 2 and the fingers have 3, so you can actually give the bud to Iron Man, even though he wants his bud. Now the waist section, you actually have to pull up on it a little bit, and you can actually rotate it a little bit left and right, and can move slightly up and down. Now his tunic, the flaps go forward and back on this side, more back on these. Now the legs, the way they work, they only go a little bit when it's like this, and they go in and out a little bit. So what you have to do then, once you pull it out, then you can move it up way more, and you can move it back and in and out. Oh yeah, these flaps go up too, which is cool. And then you can see at the knee, it does bend about 90 degrees, and you see that cool pivot right there, which is awesome. Now what's cool about the ankles, they do pivot forward and back a little bit. Now you can pull down the little anchors just like in the movie, and they have 2 points of articulation, so you can have it like that if you want. He has the toe articulation. His ankles can pivot forward and back, and they can move a little bit left and right, so he has a little bit of an ankle pivot too, side to side. One thing I want to point out on the foot anchor that's really cool, it has this little spring little point right here, and it's a little pointy, so be careful of that, but it's really cool. For accessories, Whiplash has this very detailed instruction manual on how to install his batteries, how to do the light up features, the interchangeable armor, how to do the articulation, and of course you don't want to drop him because he will hurt. Now he comes with this interchangeable battle damage chest armor, which looks very cool. It's very easy to install. You just simply pull off this piece right here. You can see all the detail with his arc reactor and everything looking very cool. Then you just simply place it right here with the magnet, and yeah, it looks awesome. Now just like the Whiplash Mark 1, he comes with this electricity effect that you can put on the whips. Looks very cool. It's made in this blue translucent plastic, and you just loop it around the actual whips themselves. There you got the electricity on the whips. It actually looks really cool. You just have to work with it quite a bit, and the electricity isn't as long as the actual whips themselves, but you know, with some nice action poses, it can actually work really nice. Now you do get an additional head sculpt that has the Mickey Rourke, Ivan Vanko base. Very amazing sculpt on here. It definitely looks like him. Just needs his little toothpick. Just looks really cool on here, and it's actually works with the faceplate. You only get one faceplate, but you can actually put it right over it with the same magnets. And then what's cool, it also has magnets on the top of the head, so that way you can do open up visor look. And there you go, Whiplash was Ivan Vanko head sculpt. Now some people are upset that it doesn't have the one where it just shows his full head, this ponytail, but I understand why they did this. He still technically had that look for a second in between closing and opening his faceplate. And if you're wondering if you can put the Whiplash Mark 1 head on there, well, the hair is a little too long and gets in the way, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. And the last accessory you get is this really nice base that actually is to emulate the final battle in Iron Man 2, that ground from the Stark Expo. I really like it. Has broken pieces of all the Hammer tech drones, and you got the metal cradle that they say only use this one because any other one might not support this figure since it's diecast. I got something special for this guy. I'm gonna bust this bumper with the XY. Hammer tech. It's like trying to play Batman Arkham Knight on PC. Don't make me treat you like my ex-wife and make me put the foot down. You must have whipped her into shape. Whoa. The foot is down. Size comparison time. So here you can see that the Hot Toys Whiplash stands at 13.5 inches tall. He's definitely taller than his Mark 1 counterpart, and definitely taller than the Mark 6 Iron Man. So he's in great scale with all those figures. You can see how much bigger he is than the Marvel Legends Mark 43 Iron Man. Now I've been collecting Hot Toys Iron Man figures for 4 years, and ever since they did the first Whiplash, I always hoped they would do a final battle Whiplash, and I'm very happy to say that this figure delivers. I absolutely love the detail on this figure, the die cast, and the light up features, the head sculpt with Mickey Rourke is just totally top notch. I will say be very careful with this figure. It can be very fragile with all the different pieces, but it's just a very beautiful, very cool looking figure, and I absolutely love all the interchangeable bits, and base is very cool. This figure you can buy for $399.99. Yes, that's quite a bit, but considering this is a diecast figure, a very unique diecast figure with a bunch of light up parts, 2 different head sculpts, base and everything, I think it's well worth the price if if you're a huge Iron Man fan, especially from Iron Man 2, this is definitely a must-have with your collection for your Mark 6 and War Machine to battle out, and I definitely recommend it. I want to thank Sideshow Collectibles for sending me out this to review. You can check out more on my website at SeanXLong.com. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. I'm Sean Long, may I live long and love life.
What is it you want?
I want my food!
Well, I want to give Brody the most epic high five ever. Tony low five! Could really use a high five from my sidekick!
You lose. Whiplash wins. Fatality.
Holy facial hair, Batman. I need a shave. I'm looking like Batfleck. But what do I do? Wait. Thanks, NECA.